Legit! Hello, and welcome to the second episode of my talk show thing that still doesn't have a name yet. I am Axel Wolf, and yeah, I actually have a few short stories that I need to critique for my class, but the thing is, I'm gonna sort of go on a rant, and I might end up waking up my flatmate if I wait until after I do the critiques to do this. And this just has to get off my chest right now. So yeah, before I just talk about what I want to talk about, I would like to just point out that I am eating a hard-boiled egg that I cooked myself, and a couple of Pop-Tarts. And so yeah, this show has been brought to you by Eggland's Best and Pop-Tarts, whatever the company is that makes them. Anyway, so moving on. What I want to talk about is just something that's really just starting to get really annoying. It's really just grinding my gears more than anything, really. But with Smash Brothers coming out for 3DS real soon, it just, oh my goodness. And that is prophecies, inside sources. The shit from we get from E3 before E3, the shit from that kind of shit, still going on. No surprise. I mean, yeah, it's obvious that would still be happening, but come on, guys, really, Pac-Man. Well, I guess Pac-Man is legit, but Shulk, really, even after his leak was deconfirmed. I mean, it doesn't mean that he's not confirmed, but still, really. So anyway, yeah, I'm not really gonna disprove any of these. There have already been dozens of videos disproving these kind of theories and stuff. I'm just gonna talk about why it's also seems so silly to me, and maybe I'll just go over some characters that are more likely to be put into the game, that are sort of more realistic when you boil it down to when you just boil down to it. Haha, I made a joke. You get it? Because I'm eating a hard-boiled egg. You got it? No, you do, but it sucks. Yeah, I know. Anyway, what was I saying? My brother was texting me. No, not that. Oh yeah, Smash Brothers. Okay, so I'm on Facebook, and one of these Smash Brothers fan pages posts like this picture of what the roster looks like so far, and I'm scrolling through the comments, and and then I find this really long comment by someone about why Pac-Man is going to be in the game. Well, not why. It doesn't explain why, but he just talks as if Pac-Man has been confirmed. And I'm like, dude, what? Like most people say, oh yeah, I think Pac-Man is going to be in the game. I feel like Pac-Man is going to be in the game. No, but this guy just goes right off the bat. Yeah, Pac-Man is going to be an unlockable. I mean, there may be some people. There may not be many characters revealed at E3. Well, except for Pac-Man, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Was there some kind of reveal about Pac-Man? Obviously, there hasn't. I know there wasn't. It's you see how it just doesn't make any sense to me? No? Okay, well, let's get to it. So basically, this guy mentions. Let me see if I'm still recording, by the way. I think I am, so I think I can open different apps with. I have Windows 8. Yeah, I know, it really sucks. Blow me. Anyway, I'm getting on Internet Explorer right here, and I'm gonna pull up some pictures, not a whole lot, because all these proven theories have already been laid out. But yeah, I don't know why. Oh, here you go. Okay, so. Alright, so if you haven't heard, apparently some guy has prophesied that there are going to be 6 characters in Super Smash Bros. That we will most certainly see. And these characters were Mega Man, the villager from Animal Crossing, Wii Fit Trainer, Little Mac from Punch-Out, Pac-Man, and the Mii. You know, like the avatars you make on the Wii? Yeah, those things. Those fucking things. This is what somebody said is going to happen, and to his credit, I personally think along the lines of coincidence, but to his credit, he's gotten 4 out of 6 of these right so far. Mega Man, Villager, Wii Fit Trainer, and Little Mac. Thing is, none of these things that have been confirmed have been just... They're like easy guesses. They're easy guesses. People are like, oh, Mega Man, you know, he's a third-party character. Mega Man has represented Nintendo, has sort of represented Nintendo all on his own. He has been in so many DS games, Game Boy Advance games, trying to think, maybe NES games. He is a pretty good representation of the Nintendo consoles as they have evolved. I mean, sure, he's not really a Nintendo IP, intellectual property. He's not that, but it was like it's sort of something that you'd figure would happen eventually. The villager from Animal Crossing, I am pretty sure Animal Crossing is one of the games that is just absolutely loved in Japan, and even here it's fondly regarded. And I mean, I figured it would be coming eventually. We got an Animal Crossing stage in Brawl. I think we might have gotten some trophies. Oh yeah, we got Mr. Rossetti trophy. I mean, it wasn't too hard. That's not really something that's really hard to guess. And Little Mac, like, come on, Little Mac. That's kind of an obvious one too. Punch-Out is one of the classic games from Nintendo. It's definitely not one of their biggest classic games, but I mean, he was an assist trophy in Brawl, and sure, even Sakurai himself in the direct says, "Well, what can we do? I mean, it's kind of hard to come up with a moveset for him when all he does is punch." But I mean, they did it, and he was an assist trophy in Brawl, and he is definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Familiar and I guess popular. I'm not sure really, but he makes sense. And Pac-Man, I guess, makes sense too, since Bandai Namco or Namco Bandai, however the hell they have it today, however they have it this morning, this evening, I should say, however which way they have it, Namco Bandai has partnered with Nintendo for this game, and it would make sense to see some characters from them in this game. But Pac-Man, I'm not too sure about that. I mean, I think for a character to appear in a Super Smash Bros. Game, my brother keeps texting me. Holy shit! Hold on, I'm just gonna text him back, and then I'll cut this out. Okay, sorry about that. So where was I? Villager, Wii Fit Trainer. Oh, Villager. So Villager and Little Mac made sense. I will give Wii Fit Trainer to this guy. Wii Fit Trainer was something I didn't really see coming, although I kind of anticipated a weirdish character. Like Rob was definitely a weirdish character in Brawl. So, and given that we already have our weirdish character, Wii Fit Trainer, it's kind of hard to see how Mii would also work in that sense. But then again, they do have all these Mii stages, and they do have a Tomodachi Life stage, so maybe a Mii could be confirmed. I personally would hate that, but that's not my jurisdiction. So, but Pac-Man though, like, has Pac-Man represented Nintendo very well? Not really. Hold on. Oh my god, my brother keeps texting me. What was I saying? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking to my brother about World of Warcraft. I know, it's It's lame. I don't give a shit. I love that game. What was I saying? Pac-Man. Jeez, Pac-Man has not represented Nintendo very well, because I mean, yeah, some of his major games are the arcade games that were released. Beyond that, and yeah, I guess, I mean, Sonic. You can argue against me when I'm about to say. You could say Sonic. I'm sorry, my brother keeps texting me with all these questions. What the hell was I saying? Pac-Man. I don't want to say, what, 5th gen console? 6th gen? The PS2, GameCube, and Xbox era? He did not represent Nintendo. His games are so obscure, and they are horrendously mediocre. Holy crap. I mean, sure, the Sonic games are possibly worse. Although I'd rather play a terrible Sonic game than one of the Pac-Man 3D World games, honestly. But yes, but I'm pretty sure the Sonic games have had better sales than the Pac-Man games. Those weird, wacky Pac-Man 3D World games definitely, most likely, did not have better sales than the Sonic games. And you know what? I'll even go out of my way to find sales charts for that and put that up there, just to prove to you Pac-Man games do not sell better. Those, or at least the 3D World ones, do not sell better than Sonic games. So anyway, yes, Pac-Man, I just don't see it happening. You could put movesets from the 3D World games, but nobody's gonna give a shit. People are gonna be like, what the hell is this? And I mean, in my opinion, and this is just me, Pac-Man just looks so goddamn stupid. His character design is so retarded. I mean, I guess, I guess it makes sense. How could you, like, it would be worse. What's worse? A weird ball that eats things with really weird lanky arms and legs, or just a ball rolling around and eating things? I mean, I guess if I had to pick between two really extremely ridiculous things, I guess I would just oh my god, my brother keeps texting me. I guess I would just I would go with the one with arms and legs. Yeah, I mean, it could at least punch. I mean, I could punch too. I could be a Super Smash Brothers character. I can punch and kick. Oh, you know what? I've been going on for about Pac-Man for so long now. I have to just end it here because my brother's been constantly texting me. Pac-Man. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna be in Smash Brothers, but I just doubt that he would be, and I would hate to see him in Smash Brothers. And just real quick, this picture that you see of Pac-Man, don't get your hopes up. It's fake. I'm gonna leave a link in the description disproving this picture, but it's totally fake. Okay, now getting back onto the profit, the Smash Brothers profit, if you will. According to this article from Gematsu, or however the fuck you pronounce the name, Gematsu, they received a new email from. Okay, let me quote them. Today we received a new email from the same tipster, who claims Pac-Man and me are still on the way, and the following characters will also appear: Shulk from Xenoblade, Palutena from Kid Icarus, Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening, Chorus Men from Rhythm Heaven. Oh boy, Chorus Men from Rhythm Heaven. I can't wait to get started on that. And Pokemon from Pokemon X and Y. This email was sent to these guys on the same day as the Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct at 4:15. Well, this article was written at 4:15 p.m. I have no idea when they got the email. For all I know, this could have been written after Smash. For all I know, these guys could be making this up. But honestly, I think this guy just saw this Nintendo Direct and said, "Oh yeah, Pokemon from Pokemon X and Y. They're totally gonna be in the game." Yeah, so does everybody else know about that. Greninja. I know I've seen other ones from the Pokeballs. Xerneas, yeah, duh, totally saw that one coming. I mean, it's not like I just saw it in the Nintendo Direct or anything. I have a feeling a lot of these are probably stemming from leaks and rumors that have already come up. Shulk has been leaked, has been claimed to be leaked. This picture you see of him is fake. That pose he's in is from another image. The background is mirrored. This is a fake image. Again, in the link, you can see this guy goes into more detail about how this is a fake leaked image. Alright, next on the list, Palutena. Now, Palutena I actually believe Palutena will be in the game. I mean, that leak, this leak here, it's just so hard to dispute. I almost wanted to dispute. I almost thought I could dispute it because I saw, and I was really disheartened too because I would like to see Palutena in this game. I think there should be more female characters in the Super Smash Bros. Even though Brawl does have a good myriad of them, but Palutena, in this leak, it's very hard to dispute it. It looks so. If it is a fake, it is very well made. Like, props to whoever made it. I'm gonna send that image to my analyst, my Photoshop analysts. I'm totally legit. I have Photoshop analysts. I'm gonna send that image to them and see what they say about that. But yeah, I almost thought I could spot a similarity between one of the because there are two leaked images. I only have one up, but there are two of Palutena, and one of them looks awfully similar to the trophy of her in Brawl. But the problem is there's another image, and that's the one I have up, that has her in a different pose from the trophy she's in Brawl. And I think that just makes it incredibly hard to dispute. Okay, so next is Chrom. Again, easy guess. That is a very easy guess that anybody could make. I thought Chrom would probably, and I don't even play Fire Emblem. I think Chrom could be in the second Fire Emblem character if they choose to have a second Fire Emblem character, and they probably will, considering how the past two games have had two Fire Emblem characters. And it is weird because Melee, two of those characters weren't even known in America at the time, because Fire Emblem wasn't big in America, I don't think, when the GameCube was released. Melee was released. I actually want to talk about that because this leads me into one topic that I wanted to mention, and I completely forgot, along the lines of Pac-Man. People say, now here's the argument. A lot of the argument. This is the argument I get a lot. The argument is, oh yeah, so many people want this character in the game. However, here's my counterpoint to that. Who do you mean by so many people? Do you mean all the people you see on these really small scale polls done by like IGN and all that? Or do you mean across the globe? Like, I mean, I'm not saying everybody, like, obviously there are people who don't play video games at all. I'm talking about like gamers in Japan, for example. I may be sort of stereotyping, and I'm really sorry if I sound like I am, but I mean, this is probably just because Square Enix are a bunch of assholes, and because of them, I sort of just think of almost every company in Japan as this way. But I feel like they sort of lean towards their Japanese audience first, and then sort of get the rest of the world. I mean, that's kind of a dumb thing to do, and I'm pretty sure that's not what they do. I'm honestly pretty sure that's not what they do. Sometimes I think that's what they do. I'm pretty sure Square Enix does that though, but I'm not going to get into that discussion. But as far as Nintendo's concerned, I don't know. But let's face it, how many people in Japan do you think are asking Sakurai for Pac-Man? I mean, yes, Pac-Man is a Japanese developed game, but still, there are more games in Japan that probably appeal to Japanese gamers than Pac-Man. I'm gonna pull up some study or whatever, and yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do that right now. I'm not gonna just leave it hanging like this. This is something I want to see. I want to see the popularity of Pac-Man in Japan, and thanks to the power of today's technology, I can do that right now as I'm speaking. Alright, so Google, or I'm using Bing, but that's because I'm cheap and I want to use their rewards and get $5 free. Anyway, popularity of Pac-Man in Japan. Impact and legacy. Game received a lukewarm response. So Pac-Man, when it was released in Japan, wasn't even all that great. The game found far more success in North America, from Wikipedia. I know Wikipedia is a very disputable source. I don't give a shit. Okay, I am of the Wikipedia generation, and if you are a gamer, you are most likely of it too. The game found far more success in North America than Japan. They have it cited. They have it cited. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Windows 8 is so annoying because I accidentally I'm sorry. They have it cited. Let's see. Goldberg Marty, January 31st, 2002. The Pac-Man Phenomenon Part 1, arcadegaming.us. You can look that up. I'm not going to bother. So, yeah. Already, we already have stuff to dispute this. Pac-Man was not as popular in Japan as it was in North America. So just because a bunch of North Americans are like, yeah, Pac-Man, that doesn't mean that everybody else is like, yeah, Pac-Man. Anyway, that's just where I'm going. You get my point. Nintendo doesn't only just listen to American audiences. They don't just specifically listen to one group of people. They listen to a whole myriad of people, and I'm definitely pretty sure that they take their Japanese fan base into consideration. That is probably why we got Marth and Roy in Melee, because it explains, not probably, it would explain why we got Marth and Roy in Melee, because actually Marth and Roy were not intended to be in the North American version of the game. But then they were like, you know what, we'll just keep them. And thanks to that, we have the beautiful Marth character that we have today. His beautiful combos and top tier. Oh man, Marth, you're just so awesome. So yeah, Pac-Man. I don't think it's very likely that we'll see him. And I'm not saying that we won't see him. I'm not gonna say that we will. Whatever happens, whatever. If Pac-Man gets in the game, I would be pissed off. Hooray for you if you like Pac-Man. You can be one of the people who play as him and get beat by me while I play as Zero Suit Samus. Because honestly, when I get right down to it, I don't give a shit about anybody. I don't give a shit about any of these new characters. I'm just glad Zero Suit Samus is still in the game. So yeah, getting back to Fire Emblem and Chrom, I think it's very likely that Chrom would be in the game, and I think it's just a really silly thing to place everything on this one guy who people assume is some sort of Nintendo mystic here, getting all these characters right. Look, Chrom is a character that I would guess. I haven't even played Fire Emblem. It's anybody's guess, and that's the problem with placing too much credit on this guy. And then Chorus Men. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Look at that! Look at that! What the fuck? What is that? Chorus Men. No. I'm sorry, but who? What? What? Let's look this up. Rhythm Heaven. Let's do another search. Rhythm Heaven. Okay. Rhythm Heaven, known as Rhythm Paradise in Europe and Rhythm Tengoku Gold in Japan, is a rhythm video game developed by Nintendo SPD for the Nintendo DS. Okay. What have we seen that could point to this so far? Nothing. I have not seen any 3DS stages. I mean, sure, not all of them have been revealed yet, but I mean, by now, at this point, the Mii is already a more likely character than this, because we already have enough in-game content to support that the Mii would be in the game. Let's look at, like, oh my god, Wikipedia doesn't even have excuse me, Wikipedia doesn't even have a reception. Nobody cares about this game. But then again, I guess there were some games that, like Kid Icarus, is that a game people really care about? I don't know. I mean, I've known about Kid Icarus since I've known about Nintendo, so that probably says something. And also, it doesn't really matter if you don't give a shit about Kid Icarus or not. Just like how if you don't give a shit about Kirby or not. You know why? Because Sakurai is behind both of those games. So it would make sense for him to put those characters in the game. And again, another reason why Palutena is kind of like not an obvious choice, but it's an easy call to make. That leak, this information from this tipster, this inside source or whatever, came out after this leak from Palutena, and like I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, Palutena could be in this game. Palutena is probably going to be in this game. I'm not even gonna bother with Chorusman because that's just like saying Nestor is gonna be a character in Super Smash Bros. Like, come on, think, what the hell? Sorry, I'm just so thoroughly unamused by all of this nonsense that people put out. So unamused. Oh, Axel. Of course Pac-Man will be in the game. Of course the Chorus Men are going to be in the game. I don't even know who the Chorus Men are. Of course they'll be in the game because this guy who's got 4 characters out of nearly a dozen. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he has a dozen characters. Oh yeah, of course. No. Oh, 11. Sorry, I can't count. No. I'm not going to place all this credibility on this guy. Okay? Mega Man, the Villager, and Little Mac were easy calls to make. Wii Fit Trainer was interesting. That one was interesting. And the Mii makes sense, I guess. I don't know. Shulk and Palutena. Shulk is already looking not likely. Palutena, again, like Sakurai is even trolling with Palutena. He's trolling everybody about Palutena. Sakurai knows about all this shit that's on Reddit and everything about Palutena. Of course Palutena would be an easy call to make. And Chrome, again, I haven't even played Fire Emblem. And Pokemon, I'm pretty sure this guy has seen the Nintendo Direct. And Chorusman, like, again, WTF. WTF. So where was I? Chorusman, no. That was just me going over pretty much all of my points, summing up everything about this. I watched this video by some other guy, I don't remember, and I don't care to go hunting it down. I watched this other video where the guy debates how this prophet could be making all these prophecies, and the guy's like, oh yeah, he probably like either works with Namco Bandai or something, or he was just some casual observer. Like he was walking by as these people were developing. Because here's their reasoning. Like, they've got 200 people like developing this game. They got a whole building, possibly a whole building of people playing it, playtesting it. So a guy must have been like walking down the street one day, looked inside and saw all these things and said, "Oh yeah, all these characters. Yeah, they'll definitely be in the game." Okay. Because game development is certainly an open window thing where Nintendo's like, hey everybody, look at this game we're making. Look, we have our windows open, our doors open for you. Come on in, come on, see all the playtesters, see what they're doing. Yeah, that makes plenty of sense. And then the other reasoning, what was that? What was the other reasoning? Or like, I mean, it's more plausible that this guy might be an insider, but I don't know. I would probably be fearing for my job if I was giving away so much information like this that was turning out to be true. I don't see why I would do it. I don't see why I would give up a coveted position working with Nintendo and Namco on a Super Smash Bros. Game that's gonna make boatload of money. I don't see why I would throw all that away if that's even something you can get let go of for. I don't see why I would throw that all away by giving away all this information. Oh yeah, I remember the other idea I had in mind. The other possible counterpoint to the idea of this guy walking down the street, looking it through the window and seeing all these people playing a Smash Brothers game with all these characters. Here's the other idea I have to counterpoint that. Maybe this guy is just watching people play modded versions of Brawl. Have you seen all the hacked characters in Brawl? Have you seen all the textures, all the retextures and everything? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably the most likely thing that's happening here. There is a Mega Man Brawl hack. There is a Mega Man Brawl hack, and it is actually done so well that it could pass off as the character from the Wii U game. So yeah, basically, to wrap up the profit of Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and Wii U, here's just one request I want to leave, and that is for you, Mr. Profit. If you are actually somehow, God willing, watching this video of all the myriad of more popular videos and YouTube channels that are out there, if you are somehow watching this, I want you to write me an email. I want you to send me an email not just with your ideas. I want you to send me an email with a photo. Yes, a photo you took of you observing all these characters. I want to see it. It doesn't have to be a clear photo. It could be blurry. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. You could send me a photo from your iPhone or whatever phone you have. I don't care. You can send me this photo. I'll have my again those Photoshop analysts I said I have, top notch. You know, I pay good money to none of them because they're my friends. I'll have them look at it. One of them studying graphic design modeling. I'll have them look at it, and then they'll get back to me on you, and then I'll get back to you and the rest of the world, who will probably not even really hear me anyway. But I don't care. But yeah, that's my request. If you are that guy, send me an email at alexrwolf78@gmail.com. Oh yeah, there's my email for everybody to see. I'm pretty sure it's associated with my YouTube account anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. That's alexrwolfe78@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Now, if I don't believe that any of these characters are getting in the game, Pac-Man, me, Shulk, the only two I believe are Chrom and Palutena that are likely to be in the game. But as for the rest of those slots, what do I personally think they'll be? To hell if I know. We haven't seen anything about Jigglypuff, Captain Falcon, Wario, or anything. But the logical argument that most people make is that they're unlockable characters. And I personally agree. I don't see why they would cut Captain Falcon. That is like an iconic Super Smash Bros. Character. He is basically known because of Super Smash Bros. I don't know. I think Super Smash Bros. Is what gave him that persona with the Falcon Punch and all that craziness. I think Ganondorf may be likely. I don't know. Ganondorf is just such a bad character. But then again, so is King DDD, and look at him. He's still here. This is more like what I would like to see rather than what I'm thinking I would see. I would like to see, like, the only guess I can make as to who is likely to be in the game is another Fire Emblem character, and that's already because, and Captain Falcon. But yeah, the Fire Emblem. That's because the past games so far has, aside from the first one, have featured two Fire Emblem characters. What else would I like to see? I would like to see Snake. Although he might not come back. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I can't say. I would like to see Snake. I can't really say. I would like to see Crystal, but that's not. I don't think that's a very realistic option. If I was Rareware, I would be pissed if I had seen. I guess I would be pissed if I saw Crystal in a Super Smash Bros. Game. I mean, they kind of. I think I heard from an interview of one of the guys that they were kind of already upset that they got Diddy Kong and the DK rap in the games. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see Crystal. That would be a breath of fresh air for the Fox characters that all have guns and reflectors and the little zippy thing that they do and the fire thing that they do. Like, it would be nice to see variety in some characters from the same game. Like, Samus and Zero Suit Samus are totally... They're the same character, but they're totally different. See what I'm saying? And the Pokemon characters, too. I think. I don't know. I can't really answer that question right now. Partially because I'm eating, partially because I still have these critiques in mind. And I think I'll get to those. So yeah, that's my show, and I hope you enjoyed. This was brought to you by Eggman's Best Eggs, and also it's been brought to you by Pop-Tarts. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my long rambling rant against the prophet of Super Smash Bros. Thank you very much. Looking very forward, Nintendo, by the way, to when this game comes out. Keep up the great work. I have not been disappointed by a single thing. Not been disappointed. Awesome. Night.